Some people really are dealing with a lot of negative thoughts, and only thing they will need is a conversational detox. Now, those that won't need a conversational detox, you're lucky to have had a more well-groomed life. Now, learn to appreciate us people that go through stuff, because we're not just doing stuff. I think it does, when you go through stuff, it does make you appreciate life more. But nobody has to respect you just because you have a struggle to yourself. Because it might be all in your mind, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no kid got no business, having sex at an early age and stuff. Have the experiences that I have, it just taught me betrayal. You know what I'm saying? I wrote that song by Lil Boosie, Betray. It just means that there will be people that won't sympathize with you in some kind of way. There's supposed to be an emotional, like, imbalance. Like, damn, your body really takes offense to that. I can't help what I take offense to. But what I can do is read and, you know, get my own approval from my own damn self. There are people that say they grow up in crack houses and things like that, and I don't think nothing wrong with that, because that's what makes up the ghetto mentality. I mean, certain things you can appreciate. You can appreciate, well, I guess I can appreciate and depreciate a male ego. It's just all in how you look at it. So let's turn your anger into passion. You know, excuse me. A lot of times I do want to slow myself down for the heterosexual community based off the fact that I've actually dealt with things that I didn't want to deal with. But to be honest with you, the way looking at all these ghetto movies and stuff, the way that people think really shows the true colors of the world. Like, there are really people that will put you plot on your emotional downfall, will, this, that, and third. Just like we have the whole idea of slavery and all that. All these ideas are just a mind game to develop an advantage. Being mature, it's up to you. I don't know where I'm going after this. I'm not sure if the Bible is true or not, because like I said, I've seen things about three-headed beasts. You see on TV, they talking about conjoined twins. I've never really seen none of that stuff. All that stuff is not real to me. So, I don't know. It just seems very fictional. Like I said, thank God for colloquialism, because like I said, I be reading books and stuff, and I be like, well, maybe they messed up the word because they was being, speaking with slang. Slang actually justifies when people have mistakes. But, sometimes you want to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. So that's why we use poetic justice. We got raps, and poems, and shit. But yeah, man. Everybody keep y'all head up. And, anybody that's dealing with schizophrenia or any emotional problems, you know what I'm saying? Don't let it get to the. You're not alone. Don't let it get the best of you. Some people really were just negative to me, and that's how I perceive them. Ain't nothing that I can do about that. Excuse me. Um, yeah. So again, the definition of tension: mental or emotional strain. A mind that is affected by stress or tension cannot think as clearly. So when people think you're stressed out, this is my disadvantage in the workplace or in living life in general. They'll view you as a weak person. Can I really talk myself into being receptive of my womanhood? Not really. Because if I was a man, I would have been some nigga just walking around getting pussy all day, proving that I have an intellectual mind. It seems easy, and it is. There's no way that you can convince me that being a man is a hard thing to do. But I'm not a man, so I think anybody with some sense will understand my debate about that, or understand my, yeah, will understand why I would reject myself for being reject my womanhood, and there's no benefits to being a woman. I see all kind of women all the time, and I be like, man, I hope she having a good day, because I know how this society can be. You can develop advantages over people. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even, depend on how you grow up, some people don't even embrace men for how they look. Sometimes it's just about, well, I'm glad this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do that. You know, motherfucker can be like, well, this man, da 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 da. I'm like, I can tell I come from a terrible demographic because they're being, it might be all in my head, but there are certain people being put on the pedestal that really represent a bad mindset. So I don't just be doing shit for no reason. I don't want to just be that girl that got walked all over. When I leave this world, I will be that person that has pulled the trigger. Because at the end of the day, y'all niggas knew what time it was. Like I say, I'm pretty sure these niggas that grew up in the neighborhoods that I grew up around, like in Atlanta, like I said, if they really tired of dealing with the people that they grew up, you can always take a plane and learn how to fly a helicopter and just go somewhere else overseas and just, chat with somebody that may have way more, you know, of a different perspective and perception than half the women that you grew up around. And they have my deep sympathy on that because, like I've said, being that manhood, is very solid in this motherfucker. It can be more easier for them to do that. But like I said, I would have to win or get a woman to submit to me. I have to cross all kind of intellectual avenues to do that. So shit, you ain't gotta wish me luck, but I wish myself luck.